Hey, Nikki here. And in this video, I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do to unstick kind of tense or stiff shoulders and also strengthen some of those shoulder stabilizers to help with posture. So stay tuned. All right, so for this particular video, I've got little hand weights. I believe, yeah, these are 2 pounds, anywhere from 1 pound to up to 3 pounds, assuming you can control it and it doesn't create discomfort, is probably good. You don't need heavy hand weights for this. And I've also got a foam roller. You can do this entire sequence without a foam roller. It's totally fine. But the foam roller gives some feedback to the shoulder blades, which can feel really nice, especially if you feel a little stiff or tense back there. So for this, to start, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your roller. You're going to have the hand weights close by. And then you're going to sit on the very front edge of your roller. And you're going to lean back and walk yourself down. And if you're like me, if I'd thought ahead, you wouldn't have put the mic right where your back had to be on the roller. And so once you get on the roller, just take a moment, make sure that both your head and your tail are touching, are not hanging off the roller. And then just kind of look to the side. If you have a kind of tricky shoulder, just be thoughtful about this. Grab one weight and then grab the other weight. And then from here, send both arms up to the ceiling. So you don't have to use the weights. You're welcome to do this without the weights, but I find the weights add some nice feedback. So take a moment, take a few breaths on the roller, check that your feet aren't super wide or super narrow, just kind of somewhere in between. And then to start, all you're going to do is reach both arms up to the ceiling, keeping your elbows straight so your shoulder blades lift off of the roller. And then let both shoulder blades gently come back down to hug the roller or the ground if you're on the floor. Do that a few times. Now, for a lot of us, when we reach, we sort of roll our shoulders in up to our ears and come down. And I don't want you to jam your shoulders down. The shoulders are allowed to move up. They're meant to move up in some cases. That's not dangerous. But what I want you to think about doing is reach more from kind of the pinky side or the underside of your hand and your armpit and feel how that will allow the bottom kind of tips the shoulder blades to lift off. And it might create a little bit more space in your mid-back as it kind of settles into the roller and then coming back down. So for me, when I reach up from the pinky side, I actually feel my bra line and my rib cage get heavier on the roller. And then when my shoulder blades come down, I feel that area get a little lighter on the roller. So nice place to just sort of feel how your shoulder blades move in conjunction with your rib cage. Let's go maybe one more. Now let the shoulders kind of hover on the roller, somewhere comfy, and then just slowly start to reach one arm over your head as you reach the other hand down for your feet. And then switch. Now the trick to this, I'm going to do an ugly one. I don't advise this, is not to just kind of thump the arms. This doesn't do a whole lot. What I really want you to focus on is actually feel how your shoulder blade can move in the same direction as your arm. And also notice that when you go slow, those little hand weights become a lot heavier. So allowing the shoulder blade to follow the same direction as the arm. So my shoulder blade goes up along the roller as my arm goes over my head. And for me, because I'm a little stiff today after my workout yesterday, I actually get a little stretch in my arms, which feels kind of nice. And then take both arms up. Now for fun, let's slowly take both arms overhead. And then bring both arms back up to the ceiling. And what you want to be mindful of is that you don't just lift your whole rib cage to get the arms over the head. See if you can keep kind of your rib cage gently connected to the roller. And notice how your arms won't feel like they go as far, but you get more movement in the shoulder blades. Now, something I'll sometimes play with is I'll actually open up the hands a little bit when my arms come up over my head and do more of a wide V kind of experience and then kind of close the weights to come back down. Now, be mindful that you have a grip on the weights when you do this still, but it can feel actually kind of nice to sort of get that little bit of a stretch. Let's go one more. And again, I'm being mindful that I don't drop my weights when I do this. And then grip to come up. Now for fun, let's play with opening the arms wide to the sides and then slowly hug in. And as you open your arms wide to the sides, feel how the shoulder blades will come in towards the roller and in towards the spine. And when your arms come up, feel how your shoulder blades go broader across your back. Now, if that feels good, play with opening just one arm to the side. Notice how you might get a little bit more core engagement when you do that, and then bring it up. And then switch sides. Now, stay with this. If you feel okay, though, you can actually play with hovering just a heel off the ground or a whole foot off the ground. Now it's going to start to feel a little bit tricky as you open the arm. Good. Make sure you breathe. And you don't death grip your hand weight. Two things that might have been happening when I did this. And then if you get bold, you can play with starting to lift the leg a little further up. Yeah. Let's go one more. All right, now from here, let's just play with taking both arms overhead, big circle, sweep around, and then coming up the middle. And I just tend to have a lot of forearm tension. I'll use my forearms instead of my shoulder stabilizers to do this. So I tend to sort of keep a relaxed grip on the weight. And for me, sometimes that lets my shoulder blades move better without doing a lot of forearm work. I'm also just checking into my elbows. I'm not super concerned with them, but I'm not hanging in a hyperextension. I've got a little muscular contraction around them, and then reverse directions. And I noticed when I go a little big, I sort of tend to dump or lift my back. So try to keep, again, the rib cage gently connected to the roller. If it moves a little, it's fine. And then if you feel your shoulders click, maybe go a little smaller and a little slower. All the way overhead. And then coming back to center. And then from here, let's put the arms down. And we'll do one more thing here just for fun. So actually keep your hand weights, but let your palms face in. Decide to throw in a bonus exercise. Didn't quite plan this one, but I like it. So now I want you to play with, this is sort of like a foam roller dead bug. Lift up one arm and the opposite leg. Remember, you could always do just the arm or just the leg. And now keeping the base of your rib cage, that's about your bra line if you're a gal, connected to the roller. Stretch your arm and your leg out long. Now for me, about here is where I start to feel like I've got a little bit of a core connection. Bring it back to center, put it down, and let's switch sides. I don't know why I keep bringing my palm to face down. It's much easier if you just keep it in. Whoop. Now what you're going to notice is this is my less talented side. You saw that, right? That happens. For some reason, I thought it was going to feel just like the other one, and I was wrong. And then bring it down. Let's keep alternating sides. That's probably why I keep wanting to put the palm down. So actually, yeah, if you need to put the palm down for stability, please do. Keeping the palm facing in is actually a little trickier. And then bringing it down. So again, this is going to be a more stable hand position with the palm down if you have a tricky side. Yeah, notice I was much less wobbly when I did that. Good. So again, you're not lifting those ribs. Keep them down. Gently connected to the roller. You don't need to mash them. And down. Let's go one more each way. Lift it up. Reach the arm and the leg only as far as you can. Keeping the ribs and pelvis stable on the roller. And lower. One more time. Take it up. Reach it up. Bring it in. And lower it down. All right, from here, slide those weights out of your way. Let your arms rest on the ground. Straighten out one leg, slide off your roller towards it. And now just take a moment, lie on your back. You can be in rest with your knees bent or your legs out straight, but just take a moment here and breathe. And just start to notice how maybe your ribs feel a little bit fuller or more connected or grounded towards the mat. Or notice if actually your shoulder blades feel like they dig a little less into the floor after having done that sequence. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found that helpful. If you enjoyed this video, I'd invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do try to put out new videos every week. Okay, take care.